So good evening, welcome to NXTGEN Season 12 Modern Touring Cars. We are here at Portugal and more specifically Algarve for round number 10. The second half of the back half of Season 12 coming to a close very soon. Just another 3 rounds including this one. Be very interesting to see what will happen. But the championship order then coming into round number 10. Scooby G does lead with 139 points, with Omega on 135. Again, Omega unfortunately pulling out of all Monday night tour leagues due to personal reasons, as someone goes for a big spin. I think that's going to be Jack. It is. I previously said it. All the best to him for his future endeavours. Fraser is currently third on 128 points, so he's 11 points behind Scooby G. Jamie's on 114, Whitford on 104, sorry. Irish Jim's on 99 with Ginger 90, Jack's on 86 with Martin on 85 and Slidey Gas on 78. Boy Reactor has 46, Shadowstalker DBS is on 44, One High Mofo on 41, Adam Morris on 37, Tim 78 on 31, Edu on 30, Cam on 25, Royston 25, Suzuki RMZ 16 and Envoy Extreme on 15. So the drivers in the lobby so far is Caesar 82, Envoy Extreme, Fraser, Shadowstalker DBS, One High Mofo, Tim, Slider Gas, having a big slide there, Jack, RS Jim, Whitford, Scooby G, Jamie FL30, and obviously Ginge. Let's have a go, let's have a hot lap with Jack TMT3 synopsis. Let's use a roof camera from the BMW. He's got a big slide through Gulp already. So we come down the main straight. It's a big main straight. I think that is a bit of a lag issue going on here. Very interesting. Yes, and Jack has disconnected. And he won't get back in time. As has Jim. Jim's disconnected. Oh, he lost 2 already. Oh, okay, this is interesting then. He's 82. This has a spin. Whilst qualifying is going on, do that. I will invite an extra person to my party because Jack is now no longer there. Apologies for the quick delay. So we're on board with Caesar 82 right now. Where are we on the circuit then? So we're coming down towards Craig Jones, which is an interesting turn named by itself. As Jack now disconnects again. Something's very wrong with Jack's internet tonight. Hopefully he'll get in again. Very extreme, very interesting line through there. There's Fraser, we've only got 11 now. But that's a big shame actually for RS Jim and Jack put together. I mean, right in thinking. That could be... No, Jack did actually finish last time out. And RS Jim can't get back in because of the time limit in qualifying. But we have the first set of time so far. Quite a few people invalidating their laps. Ginge does have the fastest lap so far, and he's in the gravel, so that'll be the end of his qualifying session. Shadowstalker is second at the moment with a 156.2. He's 4 seconds off the pace. Caesar 82 is in third with a 156.9. Fraser has a 157.3 with Envoy Extreme on a 157.5. And a very battered looking McGann, I must admit. One High Mofo is currently 6th. And he is going to be back in the pit lane. Lots of people already back in the pits. Tim's one of them. Scooby G's one of them, so he's going to be starting at the back of the pack, which is not going to be handy for him in his quest to continue his lead here. As he's 82, we've only got 5 cars maybe actually on track. Let's try and find the leader of the pack. There he is, it's Whitford. As we watch Whitford come through Gulp for his final time. Across the line, he'll go in second. And good evening, Jack.
Good evening.
Yet again, fate has brought us together for a race. 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, and this one stings a little bit more than last week's because the BMW has a really strong chance of winning tonight, and I was hoping for a podium, but I can't see it now. I'm hoping I'll be able to spectate when the race starts because at the moment I'm stuck in the lobby.
So. Well, at the moment, Ginge has qualified on pole position, so that's a point to him with 152.1. He is 1.9 ahead of Whitford in second. Caesar82 is third. Fraser fourth. Slider Gas was fifth. Shadowstalker sixth. Envoy Extreme 7th, One High Mofo in 8th, Tim is starting 9th with Scooby G 11th and Jamie F430 in 11th. Scooby 10th,
Jamie 11th.
Jamie 11th,
there we go.
Yeah, I'll get there. Tim, Scooby and Jamie did not set a time.
Yeah, that's a shocker. Didn't expect that. But that's the beauty of the circuit because it's quite long. It's effectively one shot qualifying. I think Ginge got out pretty early. I think that's why he managed to.
Ginge is always the first one out, to be fair.
Yeah, so I think that would explain the gap as to why he's so far ahead. I think with another lap, people would probably close that. Whether he'd be on pole still, who knows?
We're awaiting the race to go into it. I'm trying to remember the point system because I enjoy having knowledge.
That's first 21, second 18, third gets 15, and then 13 for fourth, and then it drops down point per place from that point onwards.
Well, I thought it was 20 for first because I thought you get a point for pole and a point for fastest lap. But we do have all the lights, and we are green here in Algarve. And it's a good start from Whitford. He's immediately up into first place with the start. Ginger's had an absolute stinker of a start. He's down to 7th before the first corner.
That must be some catastrophic reaction to the lights there from Ginger.
And talking about Ginge, I think he's also gone right. Yes, he has. Ginge is now off in the gravel at turn number 2. Actually, that would be 3. I think he might have received a bit of a tap, but we'll see after the race, I guess. Out the front though, Whitford does lead. If you do manage to spectate, Jack, do let me know. And,
I am now. I have no timing gaps.
You won't know for the speckies now. You're not as privileged as I am, unfortunately.
No, apparently not.
Envoy Extreme looking for a move on Jamie, didn't quite pan out, and he's ended up losing a place. He's going to have to go careful with those little corner cuts. He will gain penalties for that around here. Yeah, I always thought it's 20 for the win and a point for fastest lap and pole.
Could be right there. I think, in fact, you probably are. Now, I'm getting some time gaps through, but they're saying that they're a minute and 40 behind, and I know for a fact that's not the case. Ah, here we go. Now they're synchronising in.
But Whitford does lead them.
Whitford's
Caesar
got...
has got past Slider Gas. Sorry, Jack. Just reading off
It's
the
not a
top
problem.
three.
Whitford's got some damage at the front. Did he have a contact with someone at the start?
He doesn't have any damage on my screen, amazingly. Slider Gas retakes second place from Caesar, but here comes Fraser, who was Renault Esports finalist, so he knows how to handle that McGann.
Jamie just in behind Scooby there with him, one high mofo behind, and then there's a gap back to Envoy Extreme, and there's the recovering Ginger ninth.
Yes, it's interesting though, because Shadowstalker and Tim, we'll keep an eye on those two, because normally they have a good battle for whoever doesn't finish last.
Yeah.
Always a good one to look out for. But we've got this little group of cars now, headed by Slider Gas.
Huge slide from Caesar, and that's going to allow Fraser going on the outside.
It will do. Let me get my track map back up. Through Tora Vip they come. Hopefully some of the names will catch on to you, but I doubt it because they're all Portuguese. Apart from this hairpin right coming up, which is amazingly called Samsung, this right-hander. Caesar losing places.
Jamie has the run on the outside. Fraser has a slowdown.
Yeah, just caught that. So Caesar back into the podium. The top three covered with BMWs right now, as they head into Portimao.
As it stands, Slider Gas has got to move on as well. There's a bit of contact there coming down the hill between One High Mofo and Fraser by the looks of it. Oh, that's a run wide.
And Jamie, and I believe that is Caesar. Yes, a little
Caesar,
touch.
Yeah.
Little touch, forcing
Caesar
them all a bit wide.
had a bit of an issue, I think, going into the corner, and then he's just come back across it by the looks of it.
As they head through Galp for the second time of 12. So if it stays like this makes championship proceedings a little easier for Scooby G at the moment. Obviously with the loss of Omega, which is very unfortunate, but obviously best wishes on his future endeavours, I think.
Jamie all over the back of him because he needs to get back into the title fight. Fraser, obviously, from the same point of view, he's the closest rival, I believe, now that Omega has pulled out the championship.
He is.
So he's going to have to get a shuffle on.
I've got the points here, and he's 11 behind Scooby G at the moment. And right now, so with Scooby in third, him in fifth, he'd be losing 3 points at the moment.
That's Slider Gas all over the back of Whitford.
Of Whitford, yeah, I just saw that, and it's starting to really heat up because Slider Gas, fresh off of a Group A win, about the best part of about 15-20 minutes ago.
On the outside, wow!
At Portimao, that's a difficult move to make, and it's not going to work. But yeah, fresh off his Group A win, he's looking for another. Bit wide though.
Oh, that's. What a win! What a confidence boost that'll be for Slider Gas. He's been knocking on the door of that for a long time now, and he's finally got that win in the Group A's. You imagine him to fly for the rest of the season in everything he tries. He's got a good chance here on the inside. Will he go for it? I don't think he will.
Yeah, we're on board with Slider Gas as we go through Gulp, and Whitford closes the door, makes sure there is no way past by the Czech driver. Tell you what, the best part about this long straight, the massive slipstream you can get.
Huge slipstream. Whitford's gone wide.
That will be a slowdown, I reckon. Because this game,
Scooby is right behind this as well.
He has closed in actually, yeah, good point. And Scooby almost looking to line up a switchback move out of this left-hander. He looks to the inside of Tora Vip. Hit the brakes, and nope, not there. I mean, at this point in the championship, I guess Scooby's now more thinking championship than places at the moment.
Knowing Scooby, I think he'll be going for the win.
Whitford does have a penalty.
Yep. That's from the first corner, I imagine.
Yes. So you can probably check the time penalties actually. I hope. If you click on the timing, if you click on, you should have like a timings button.
I have the option to hide interface, and that's it.
Ah, that's always good. I'll check it then. Jamie also with a penalty. Have a quick glance. I'm trying. Gotta try and do it at a bit of a sensible time here because this battle for the lead has turned 4 cars now. And Jamie could run amok and some interference if he catches up to this.
I think it's going to be sooner rather than later that Jamie will be taking part in this. Scooby seems to have that pace at the moment just to sit on the back of Slider Gas. He isn't pressured too hard. If you look at the laps as we come across the line, what's the times of the last few laps? Slider Gas is going for a move though.
Yeah, Slider Gas, good run out of Galp and getting the move done into Primera. Slightly wide, so he may now receive a penalty.
Don't think he'll get a penalty, but I think Whitford's got him back. Oh, watch
and
out,
Scooby's going around the outside of the left-hander.
Oh.
Bit of a slide for the BMW, and that's going to lose him a place to Fraser. Down into Torovic, for the 5th time. Oh, hello.
Wow. That was phenomenal on the brakes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Ricciardo is in that BMW. That was a fantastic move. And Jamie.
Because of that, Jamie, because Scooby and Fraser were both delayed, has nipped up to 3rd. Jamie has got a penalty though.
He does, yes. Brilliant move that from Slider Gas. I mean, fantastic to just dive it down the inside and leave the McGanns almost nowhere to go, but to let him through around the outside. Oh, for the McGanns. I mean, probably not one Scooby was expecting.
No, I don't think he was. Scooby trying to get past Jamie there at the background, but just goes for the inside. It's not going to quite make it. But the BMW is definitely not as good as the McGann on the brake. So I think it was a case of Scooby and Fraser were just watching. Oh, contact. Sweet. Jamie and Scooby, it's all right though. But yeah, Fraser and Scooby must have just been watching one another, and Slider Gas went, well, thanks very much, I'll have the places back.
Whilst this battle's going on, there's also another fantastic battle going on at the back. On the stream where I'm going to be having a look at this. Shadow Stalker does go a bit wide. Tim not there to make up the place. Always a good little battle, these two. I mean, I'm quite thankful for the fact that Shadow Stalker's in that Mercedes. It's something different, obviously, since all the Astra drivers have abandoned the Vauxhall team.
With good reason.
Under development, I've heard.
Indeed it is, but the Mercedes is even worse than the Astra, and I've got to give credit to Shadow Stalker for even being able to continue the car, but he is battling Tim, so I imagine he's having a lot of fun.
Oh, man, I'll tell you this, I've obviously raced him in the clears, and yeah, it's brilliant fun. It's nice to know no matter where you are, you're going to get a battle somewhere. Especially in the touring cars. But we head back to the leading group now of 5. 1 second, just 1 second, covers the top 5. You couldn't ask for a tighter race here at Algarve. Oh, and Slider Gas looking not being able to do it.
Really good defensive driving this from Whitford.
And Scooby's going to take advantage here because Jamie looked down the inside of Slider Gas and it didn't work. And Slider Gas is going to lose out to Scooby as well, is he?
Don't think so.
Keeps it down the inside, but who's going to have the best traction down towards Galp?
It'll definitely be Slider. Now the issue is Scooby's got to be careful. He's got Jamie right behind him. And is Jamie's going to have a crack? Well, they're all going to have a cracking run. In fact, Slider Gas has been really slow off the corner.
That's how Slider Gas has made a fatal error there. He's stayed on the inside and he's about to get freight trained by the slipstream, although Fraser could come to his aid here.
This can only Can they all get through
Oh, there's
safely?
contact, and
No.
that is Scooby round. Sliding gas with contact onto Scooby. Surely you can't continue on that one.
I hate to say it, but Slider Gas had nowhere to go. I don't like to, but from first viewing, it did look like Scooby was going for the corner. I don't think it's Slider Gas's fault, but I'm not blaming Scooby either. They both had every right to be there. Tough one. It's gonna have to go to an adjudicator on that one.
But unfortunately, that means Scooby is now losing points to his championship rival now, which has turned into Fraser. And Fraser, right on the back of Jamie and Whitford, he could, if he can do this cleanly, he could rip a lot of points out of Scooby here.
Well, don't forget, Fraser doesn't have to overtake them either, because they've both got penalties. I don't know how big the penalties are. I'm sure you can check, Jordan, but I think
That's the point I was going to, but the action is very, very tight at the moment. It's glorious to watch. Oh, Whitford a bit wide, coming out of Portimao.
That might be another penalty.
Whatever happens, Jamie's looking around the outside. Now this is doable because after this is Sagras, which is the right-hander, and he's done it.
Whitford gave him far too much room, and Jamie's got the lead, and well, he's been in the right place. Right, I think Fraser's going to get Whitford as well.
Yeah, on the exit of Sagras, maybe Whitford just backing off a little bit to try and disarm the penalty if possible. But that means Fraser now up into second place. And he could easily walk away with this, because I'm sure Fraser would prefer to get past him on track and make a gap, just in case if Scooby does come up through the field.
Scooby has caught up though. He was 5 seconds behind when that accident happened. He's now only 3. So, it's game on.
At the back, just because it's cracking at the back with Shadowstalker, still holding on against him. Only 0.3 of a second between them. I mean, I'm glad these two are doing this, because it's very rare that you ever really get TV time at the back of the pack, but these two always find a way into the stream.
Definitely, and Shadowstalker must have made a mistake on that last lap, because Tim was 1.7 up. Let's see the lap times this time around as they go across the line.
Shadowstalker
Here we go,
quicker.
Tim's making a move.
Tim down the inside at Primero.
It's very clean, very clean.
Very respectful from both drivers. Obviously Shadowstalker with that penalty, but both of them still going at it like you wouldn't believe. But a good move out from Tim. Ginger's having a bit of a quiet race at the moment, sat in 7th. He does have one high mofo behind him, but not really catching up with the front 5 at the moment. He is taking time out of them. It's maybe not at the rate he was hoping.
I think with a bit more battling at the front, and Ginge might just catch up to maybe 5th if it gets a bit more extreme. We'll keep an eye out.
But back at the front, and Fraser right on the backside of Jamie. He's got the bumper cam of him as we go down the main straight with the slipstream. Move is out. That is going to be job done before we even get to Primera. Jobs are good, and Fraser's been set free. Can he now get away? That's the... Oh, hang on, that is Sliding Gas having a big wide line into the gravel at Primera.
A bit more of a wide moment. He's gone flying straight off. He's going to lose the...
Oh,
Caesar,
and that was an interesting entry. Almost looked like he lost the rear coming onto the circuit, which is not ideal. WSRC Manx, or otherwise known as Dan Filton, welcome to the stream, and you've missed a fair bit. Oh, but Jamie's gone absolutely flying round. Very good save from the McGann man. That was at Samsung.
Kept his foot in it. Front wheel drive's helped them out there, but it put Scooby right on the back of him now. And this is Fraser's chance to absolutely launch away now. He's got a gap to Whitford, who is got a penalty. He's got Jamie all over the back of him, so it's time to consolidate for Fraser if he can.
back to your question, Dan, yes, you've missed a lot. There's been a lot of battling, and there's a lot more to come. Without a doubt. We've only got 3 laps left at the end of this one, but without a doubt, that is going to be a very feisty 3 laps. As Jamie looks down the inside of Whitford at Galp.
Wow, that was phenomenally close.
It was interesting because I've got the stream running alongside me as well, actually for comments and stuff. And I saw that spin, or half spin from Jamie, and it was a big moment for him.
He's getting out the inside of Whitford though.
Down at Primera on lap number 10.
Whitford
runs wide again. And I know the track limits are harsh around here.
I think Whitford must have throttled back then and just coasted over the curve, because Scooby wouldn't have got past him if he hadn't have done that. So trying to avoid another penalty by the looks of it.
But that does allow Scooby to. Remember, Scooby doesn't have to pass these guys; he just has to stick with them. Let's have a look at the timings. So Jamie has a 1-second penalty, Whitford a 2-second penalty, Caesar has 1 second, Ginge has a second, Envoy Extreme has 6 seconds, and Shadowstalker 1 second, and Shadowstalker's got back past him in the battle for the wooden spoon.
There's only 3 attempts between. Look at them again. This is fantastic.
Bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't even for a podium. It's not even midfield, it is the rear of the pack, it is the very back, and they have been battling non-stop all race, and it's been brilliant to watch.
I have a feeling, had Shadowstalker and Tim not got into some sort of collision at the start, which dropped them further back, I think Envoy Extreme would be having a freeway battle with them, because if you look at the times that he's been doing, they're pretty similar.
Definitely.
Also, wide Shadowstalker as well.
Yeah, as they come up through the fling left, out of Tora Vip. Tim's got him again, yeah, so keep an eye on that one. Also worth noting, Ginge has lost out to one high mofo. He's now down in 8th place. But Scooby down the inside of Jamie at Primera. Job's done. 2nd place on the circuit now for Scooby G. He has to be careful now, because Jamie is looking back down the inside. A little tap. Got away with it though. It was a good effort.
Good attempt, but not quite. And because the defendants and battling so hard, Fraser's just keeping that roughly 2 seconds gap.
Jamie looking down the inside of the left-hander, giving the outside for the right.
Just watch out for Whitford.
He does. But will he have a look at the inside of Samsung? This is NXTGEN, Dan. You do want to participate in it as NXTGEN and get in contact with the man sat next to me in commentary, figuratively, Jack or or Lee Horn, mate. But yeah, if you could go onto the NXTGEN page, it's all there. Obviously, season 13. I don't think we have a confirmed date yet, do we, for season 13 start?
Not yet. It'll be, if I were to hazard a guess, our race is finishing another 2 weeks after this, probably November, potentially mid-November, late November. In fact, I'd probably say late November.
There you go, Dan. Late November, if you do want to join this series.
Don't quote me on that.
Well, we'll put a nail to him and say he said it, but for now, Scooby G having to fend off Jamie, and you'd have to think now we're on the final lap. Surely, would it not be worth Scooby G allowing, if Jamie does attempt, just allowing him through, because as long as he stays a second behind him, he's not going to catch Fraser anymore unless Fraser makes a mistake.
Well, while you were talking, Fraser actually did have a little mistake as he came into the third to last corner, and he lost about half a second. He's now only he was 1.2 briefly, but he's 1.4 now. Like, I suppose if you thought about the championship, yeah, Scooby should let him through, but if he lets him through and then makes a mistake and gets a time penalty, it's a double-edged sword. Right now, I think Scooby's better off defending. I think Jamie just made a mistake as well. Lost a bit of time there.
Yeah, a little bit. Not too much. NGR Ginge and One High Mofo having a good little battle at the moment. Ginge has just lost out to One High.
Noticed, I think Ginge had a slowdown penalty from earlier, which is why he lost so much time.
Tim has retaken 10th place from Shadow Stalker. The gap between them now 1.3. I can't wait.
Lap, but Fraser is just about going to bring this home. He's really throttled back on this. I don't know whether he made another mistake.
Yeah, if he did, we didn't see it, but he's coming around the final corner for the final time here in Algarve. Round 10, Portugal. Fraser will win this. It's a good victory for him and good for the title race. Another 2 points out of Scooby there. That brings the lead down to 9. But Scooby does take second. Jamie third. Whitford will take fourth. Caesar 82 comes across the line for 5th place. Slider Gas.
Really solid result.
It was for Caesar, yeah. Slider Gas will come home in 6th. Ginge will cross the line in 7th, but will be in 8th after penalties taken. There you go, One High Mofo ends it in 7th. A good little battle for him. Ginge there in 8th. Envoy Extreme is way off, or a bit of, actually that's a bit laggy, I think.
Some lag, yeah, I got that as well. But right now, just looking at the gap between Tim and Shadow still, really, is that another bit of lag? Yeah.
Yeah, big lag that is, but he's going to come home for 9th, so a good little points haul that, because obviously with the point system, as long as you finish, you get points, so it's always wise to at least finish the race. But yeah, back to Tim and Shadowstalker. It's getting closer, but obviously Shadowstalker with that penalty kind of ruins the battle at the end, didn't it?
I think it was a 1 second penalty.
I believe it was, yes.
Yeah.
But Tim comes home for a top 10 finish with Shadowstalker right behind him. So Scooby, that timing is wrong. Fraser did win that. Typical project cars. Fraser takes the win from Scooby G. These are obviously all provisional. So Fraser from Scooby, Jamie in 3rd, Whitford in 4th, Caesar 82 in 5th, Slider Gas is in 6th, One High Mofo in 7th, Ginge finishes 8th, Envoy Extreme 9th, Tim in 10th, Shadowstalker at the back in 11th.
That was a really good race, really, really enjoyable. Lots of battles. I thought Whitford defended really well at the start, but it was clear that the BMW just lacked, I don't know, a little bit of grip or something. So maybe on the traction zones or something. Didn't quite have the pace. And again, if we look at the fastest laps, Whitford on a 51.7, Slider Gas on a 51.8, and Caesar did a 52.1, and the best lap was Scooby with a 50.7. So it was a second.
I think the biggest issue with the BMW is not necessarily the traction, like the traction zones. It's fine. It's actually the mid corner. It struggles massively because you can't just. See, with the Megane, you can pretty much just plant throttle halfway around the corner and it'll stick. Whereas the BMW, you just can't do that. So it means your momentum just isn't as much coming through the corner. And unfortunately, the good traction off the corner isn't enough to bridge that gap. But a good race, by all means, actually, from the Group A's, as always. Group A's, the moderns. Both Group A's and moderns was good. However, the next race for these guys will be
Alton Park.
I believe it is, yeah, the thing is the island circuit.
Yeah, the island, which is the one with the tight hairpin.
Yes, so the island circuit at Alton Park next week. 17 laps with that is going to be good. I mean, it's pretty much an Alton weekend, isn't it? Next Monday, because the Group A's on the Foster's track, which I am looking forward to massively.
It's my home circuit, so I'm gonna pray to the internet gods that I don't get disconnected.
But Alton Park Island next week for the modern touring cars. The championship's getting tighter, and if Fraser can keep going, he's going to take this to the very last round at Ruabuna Park. But that's it from the moderns. Do join us next week for that, but next up on this channel will be my point of view from the Clios again at Algarve. Whilst I try to compete with these guys. It was very interesting, especially after last week in Laguna Seca. But, I mean, last week was immense. I actually led a lap, but do stick around for that one. Next week is Alton Park Island. Jack, anything you want to say before the end?
Not at all. It'll be fantastic racing though. Once again, next week I can guarantee that. I can always guarantee that with the Monday Night Tourism, the rest of next gen racing that we have here. So stick around. Definitely
good advice. So join us next week. But from all the Group A, it's not gone well this today. From all the moderns, thank you for watching tonight, and enjoy the rest of your evening.